Good afternoon. My name is Brian Gromkowski. I'm one of the assistant directors of graduate admissions here at William Patterson University. I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your schedule to join us today for our webinar about our MED in Curriculum and Learning with a concentration in school nursing, as well as our school nurse certificates. You can see there's both an instructional and a non-instructional track available. I'm joined by Dr. Karen Phillips, who's going to speak at length about our offerings in just a moment. And just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping real quick before we begin with the presentation, and I turn it over to her. First thing I want you to know is we are going to be recording this presentation in its entirety. Certainly, we're aware there's a lot going on right now. There are a lot of challenges right now, and time is certainly precious. So we realize you may have family obligations, work obligations, other things that might make you need to leave early for one reason or another for the presentation, or some of you might join us a little bit late. And if you miss any information and need to catch up, we want to make sure that you're able to do so whenever it is most convenient for you. So we are going to be making this available on our YouTube channel before the end of the week. You will be getting an email from us that will include the link, the direct link to the YouTube presentation. So just keep that in mind if that would be helpful for you in the future. The other thing I want to make sure you know is looking ahead a little bit further. On August 12th, we have our next graduate open house. So if following the presentation today, you like what you hear, you want to learn more about the program and get the chance to have a dialogue with our faculty further and discuss your interest in the program, August 12th will be the next date available to do so. Now, certainly it's our hope that the event will be able to be held on campus. We still haven't made a final determination yet on that. If not, it'll end up being a virtual event, and that would be from 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday, August 12th. So I wanted to make sure you were able to save the date. You will be getting an email from us about that event as well, so do keep that in mind also. Lastly, if you have any questions as we go through the presentation, you can type them in the chat box there on the GoToWebinar screen. My colleague Christina Aiello is here and will be reviewing questions. If for any reason we're not able to field your inquiry today, or we need to get you in touch with another department or another individual on campus to answer your questions, we'll obviously make sure that we are able to do so, so you're able to get all of your questions answered. So without further ado, obviously you're not here to listen to me talk at length, you're here to hear what Dr. Phillips has to say. So without further ado, Dr. Phillips, take it away.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to our webinar about the School Nurse Certificate Program and our MED in Curriculum and Instruction with a concentration in school nursing. I'm Dr. Karen Phillips, as Brian said. I'm the coordinator of the program. I am really sorry that we can't meet face-to-face, but this is a good alternative. I'm happy that so many of you have come because this really is an excellent time to consider school nursing. More and more nurses are retiring. You know, we already have a list of probably close to 30 vacancies. So this really is a good time for you to get enrolled in a program. We can send you information about openings that are available and you know, help you get started. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about our newest program, which is the Master's in Curriculum and Learning with a concentration in school nursing. So the requirements for this are kind of similar to what we're looking at for our school nurse certificate program as well. So it's online application and a $50 application fee. Any official transcripts from any college or university that you have attended, we would need. Undergraduate bachelor's degree preferred, but we do accept, doesn't have to be a BSN, we do accept BAs as well. The prerequisites that you have to have attained would be developmental psychology and community or public health nursing. We're also looking for a GPA of equal or higher than a 3.0, must have a current New Jersey RN license, it's unencumbered. And also, we do also have an online interview. So our master's, giving you a little bit of an overview, it's really a 33 credit graduate degree program. It is offered in conjunction with the Department of Nursing in the College of Science and Health and the College of Education. So this program is designed so that I say we call it like a phase 1, phase 2, where you come in and enroll in, say, the certificate program, and then you complete those 24 credits, and then phase 2 would be to go into the Masters of Education. Or you can just come right and enroll directly into the Masters of Education. And what we would have you do is complete the school nurse courses first, then you would apply for your certification, and then you would just continue on with the courses that you need. So in addition to those 24 credits from the school nurse certification program, instructional, there are 3 courses from the College of Ed that include 6 credits in educational research, culminating in the production of a master's thesis, and there's also a course in curriculum as well. So these are the courses. As you can see, the top 8 are the ones that are specific to the school nurse program, and the bottom 3, curriculum design and research and education 1 and 2, are the ones that are from the College of Ed. So now to go over to our school nurse certificate program. So students apply to the Office of Graduate Admissions, just like for the MED. You have to submit the following documents in addition to the online application and the $50 application fee. Any official academic transcripts from any college or university. Again, the prerequisites from your bachelor's degree of developmental psych or community or public health nursing. And again, does not have to be a BSN, that is preferred, but we can work around that. And GPA 3.0 or higher, again, the current New Jersey license, and we do require the current CPR certification as well. And once your application is complete, then it would be forwarded to me for review, and then I make the recommendation to the College of Education. So once you would be accepted, you would get an email and, you know, telling you to reach out to me so that we can discuss what courses you would take. So this program is a graduate certification program offered by the Department of Nursing. It's New Jersey Department of Education approved program. Upon completion, students will be eligible for New Jersey Department of Education educational certificate for the program completed, be instructional or non-instructional. And I will discuss a little bit more about what the differences are in those 2 programs. So the classes are primarily hybrid, and if you're not sure what that is, a hybrid class means that you don't come every single week to class. You may come every other week, you may come 5 or 6 times a semester. If it's a face-to-face class, then you would come every single day, every single week. The earliest our courses start is 4:25, and the reason for that odd time is that we do back-to-back classes on a couple nights a week, where we have School Health Services 1 followed by Instruction of Health Education. So in order to be able to get the 2 courses or 6 credits in one night, we have to start a little bit earlier. So as I mentioned, we have the instructional track and the non-instructional track. And as you can see, there's really only a 3 credit difference between the 2. So if you took the instructional track, you would be certified to teach health, K-12, and work in the health office. If you did non-instructional, it's 21 credits, you'd be certified to work in the health office only. See, both require a practicum now due to a change in the laws from the New Jersey State Department of Education requiring a practicum for both. So to be very honest, there's 1 course difference in this program. So I really do recommend the instructional more. And just to talk a little bit about, I don't want to digress, but to talk a little bit about the practicum component, because I know that's always a question that people have, is that, you know, the practicum is something, it is the last course that you take, and it is done in the school. It's 100 hours in a school. If you are in the instructional track, it's 50 in teaching health and 50 in the health office. If you are non-instructional, it's 100 hours in the health office. There are also online modules. There are also seminar meetings on campus, but primarily the 100 hours are in this school. And there are field supervisors who will come in and observe you, either teaching health and in the health office or just in the health office. And you would know this well in advance. If you are already working full-time as a school nurse, we can place you in your own school so that you would not have to worry about leaving your school to go someplace else to get the hours. So these are what the courses look like for the instructional track. And you will see that they really are very similar. The NUR 5500, which is School Health Services 1, and NUR 5510, or School Health Services 2, or School Nursing 2, are basically, they're the courses that are going to provide you with the basic knowledge necessary to work in a health office. NUR 5021, the Instruction of Health Education, is the teaching methods component. And CSP 5601 is counseling skills for school nurses. And I have to say how much everyone has applauded that course. Everyone has said how much they have learned from that course. Substance abuse is one that is actually offered online, and it is offered actually spring and summer. And what's the other? Okay, so legal issues for school nurses is another course that provides a perspective on legal issues for school nurses. And then, of course, there is an introduction to special education course, and then the school nurse practicum, which would be the last course. And you can see that in the non-instructional track, you're seeing 7 of the same courses, which the only one missing, as I mentioned before, was the teaching method. And this is just to give you a picture. This is a picture of University Hall, which is, one of our newest buildings. Most of the classes that you have will be held in University Hall on the main campus. But since this is a multidisciplinary program, some of the courses may be held at Valley Road, which is just a few minutes away off of Hamburg Turnpike. And this just gives you an idea of what some of the classrooms look like in University Hall. I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen any of these classrooms because of, having gone to online instruction, but we do have a beautiful building there. So, school nursing as a specialty. So school nurses really have kind of a dual role. You have a role as a nurse and you have a role as a teacher. And you may not have a traditional teaching schedule if you do not teach health, but you will be teaching someone every day in some capacity. So in your role as a nurse, it's going to encompass both health and educational needs. Some of the responsibilities would be promoting health and safety, intervening with actual and potential health problems, providing direct health care to students and staff, providing screenings and referrals for health conditions, promoting a healthy school environment. Obviously, documenting care, maintaining records, administration of medications is also a big part of your role as the nurse. But you also are a liaison between school personnel, family, community, and healthcare providers. Another role would be in assisting in developing the individualized healthcare plans and referrals for further follow-up for children with chronic illnesses or special needs. And you also will be providing ongoing health information to students, parents, and healthcare providers. As a teacher, you act as a resource person in promoting health. You ensure the accessibility of school health services for all students and staff. Use the nursing research and best practice guidelines in the health office. You collaborate with staff, students, parents, and other professionals to assess health needs and develop school health plans. You educate about normal growth and development, actual and potential health problems. In a nutshell, the knowledge of the school nurse must be extensive, competent, responsible, and accountable. And there are several professional organizations which I always do recommend. And one of the first things I always recommend is your county school nurse association. Each county has one. I belong to County myself, and I found it to be very invaluable, although my schedule has not allowed me to make many meetings, but I do get a lot of good information about educational offerings and especially retirements, which is helpful to pass along to the students. But there's also NASN, which is the National Association of School Nurses, and there is NJSSNA, which is the New Jersey State School Nurse Association. So, emergency certification. When the demand for school nurses exceeds the availability, the school district may apply to the county for a nurse to receive emergency certification. The nurse must then be enrolled in a state-approved program such as William Patterson and is given 3 years to complete the course of study. So an emergency certificate can be issued to a candidate who holds a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited college or university and current New Jersey registered professional nursing license with current CPR. The candidate also has to present evidence of study in public health nursing and or child and or adolescent growth and development. So, some commonly asked questions that I get. Can I apply if I do not have a bachelor's degree? And the answer is yes. You do not need to have you have to have a bachelor's degree, but you don't have to have a BSN. If you did not have a BSN, you likely would not have the public health or community nursing, but we actually can help with that and get you enrolled in the course so that you could enroll in the program. How long will it take to complete the program if I am full-time or part-time? And that really depends on you, the student. We try to work with everybody. A lot of people take 2 courses a semester, in which case they can complete the school nurse instructional track in 4 semesters, typically going through 1 summer if they want to do 4 semesters in a row. And but if you want to take 1 course at a time, then of course it will take you, considerably longer to finish the program. And a lot depends on, some people are really not in a rush to finish the program, so taking 1 course at a time fits their lifestyle better, and especially if they haven't been back to school in a while. So do I need to complete the certification prior to entering the MED program? No, you could apply directly into the MED program, and as I mentioned earlier, that what happens is we would have you take your school nurse courses first, and then you would take the rest of the courses, the other 3 for the master's. Is a thesis required? Yes, it is with the master's, and that's part of those 2 courses that you take in research and education. Are practical experiences available? Yes, that's where the practicum kind of comes in, because you really get some good hands-on there in the school systems. So how do you get started? Well, I actually just kind of copied and pasted the address for you to go online to apply. I really hope that you will apply. We really are in desperate need of school nurses, and I hope that you will consider our program. We have an excellent program. We have excellent school nurse faculty, and I have to be honest with you that these faculty will take the time to make sure you have whatever you need when you leave this program, and that includes prepping you for interviews. So I hope that I will hear from you. I hope that you will apply to our program, and that's all that I have.
Hi, everybody. This is Christina, the other Assistant Director for Graduate Admissions at William-Patterson University. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening for this webinar for the School Nurse Program. At this time, I don't see any questions that have gone unanswered, so we are going to go ahead and close out. If at any time you do find that you do have a question, please feel free to email us or contact Dr. Phillips. The contact information, as you see, has been up on the screen. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you on campus sooner than later. Thanks. Bye-bye.